Welcome to Sun City News. I'm your host, Georgia Lash. Here are some of the news stories we are starting with for this week. We learn how Canine Companions can help us. Chris Chase gets another Bluffton history lesson. And later in the program, Martha Spizo reports on Hardeeville's First Friday meeting. Those stories and more coming up. Sun City News starts now.
This is Sun City News, with our news team bringing you stories from Sun City and the Low Country, taking the lead with entertainment news. And on deck is our sports report. Sun City News, from people you know, about people you know. This week's SCTV News starts now.
Norma Taylor had the chance to interview May and John Sikora about their involvement with Canine Companions. Let's listen.
I'm here with May and John from Canine Companions. May, tell us about Canine Companions.
Canine Companions is a nonprofit organization that trains and raises service dogs for children and adults who are not blind and do not have mobility issues. So what happens is we are considered puppy raisers, as well as myself, which I am a graduate. What we do is we get the puppies at 8 weeks, and we train them for about 12 to 15 months. Then we turn them into our our regional organization in Orlando, Florida. From there, they have 6 to 9 months of training, and then they are matched with a person who requires a service dog.
Wow, that's a lot of training. So introduce us to your students.
I'm sorry?
Introduce us to your students.
This is my service dog. This is Huxley, because I'm deaf. He's my hearing dog. He's trained to alert me to various sounds, such as the doorbell, my iPhone, people knocking at the door. This is Hale. Hale is a 9-month-old Lab Golden Cross, and we have him until August of next year. So we teach him the basics of being social in public areas, such as when we're in a restaurant. He knows that he has to be quiet. He knows he has to be under the table. When we go in the grocery store, he knows he has to stick very close to the shopping cart. So we take them anywhere a person with a disability will go. So far, Hale has been to restaurants, hotels. He's been on a boat. He's been on a mini train. We've taken him to amusement parks to get him used to being out in public.
It's amazing organization that you have. Congratulations on what you do and to train these animals.
Just a thought. Hale is our 18th puppy that we've raised.
Wow. And John, how did you get involved in this?
Well, our daughter got us started when she was in high school, and we've been doing it for 20 years.
Congratulations, sir. You should be both so proud. Thank you so much for what you do.
I do.
Oh, there is so much architectural beauty in Bluffton, especially the homes. Some even built a century ago. Chris Chase toured the town with its foremost historian, Glenn Umberger, who showcased one of the oldest homes in our area.
Now, carrying on with our summer series, Glenn, the Rate. What's the story of the Rate?
So the Rate was actually built in 1946 by the Hayward family as a seasonal grocery store. And a few years later, they decided to paint the advertisement we see behind us on the building to advertise one of their products they carried was Seal Test ice cream. And Seal Test actually had a guy who would go out and paint signs for them. So this is one of those signs. Now, it also advertised the Rate, which used to say cut rate prices on their merchandise. When the sign got repainted, cut rate prices was just reduced to the Rate, which is how the building gets its name today.
Now, what's going on with it today? Is it still useful?
It's still very useful. So a few years ago, new owners bought the property. The building was falling down. It was very dilapidated. It was missing its roof. They rebuilt the building, did a wonderful job, and today it serves as office space for a general contractor.
Now, do they have any plans of remodeling or whatever?
No plans for remodeling, but I am told that in the near future there might be a new paint job for the exterior.
Ooh, we'll have to keep an eye out for that.
Yes, it'll be very exciting to see.
Glenn, this has been a wonderful summer series. The Card House, was it named because they played cards there?
Yes, actually, that's partly true. So the card house dates to about 1830. Again, we're not quite sure in Bluffton when some of the buildings were built because we don't have building records. So typically you'll see around town circa 1850. This one's a little bit earlier than that, 1825, 1830, built for one of the popes. It gets its name Card House because in the 1840s there was a very notorious game of poker played in the house. And the winning hand included the deed for a 1,000-acre plantation in Hilton Head. So very high-stakes poker game was played here in the 1840s, and it just got the reputation of the card house, though there was never a card family who lived here. Over the years, the house has been expanded. The current family actually recently got a preservation grant to fix the foundation so the house can continue to stand for the next 200 years.
It's wonderful. It's a beautiful house. It really is. And they play cards. Do you happen to know who the winner was?
I do, and I can't think of his name off the top of my head.
That's okay. We'll find out and tell everybody later. All right. Well, thank you very much for everything you
Sure.
got.
It's been my pleasure showing around Bluffton.
Still more to come. SCTV spotlights the 2025 plans of 3 of our Sun City clubs, starting with Carol Fox checking out the Solos Club, and I learn what a great year the Avant Gardeners and the Bon Appetit clubs are planning. Please stay tuned while we have a brief break. We're kicking off 2025 with the celebration on our January episode of Extra.
Can you believe it? This is our 70th episode.
Now, since that's so special, we're looking back at some of our favorite extra special segments.
We bring you moments from one of our retro SCTV programs, our Veterans Association Color Guard, our Life Under the Sun events, and our Synchronettes. So please stay tuned to our January show.
Cable viewers, please check our program listings on the Sun City website. And most conveniently, you can always catch us on our YouTube station, where we invite you to subscribe for easy viewing.
Happy New Year!
Our Sun City Bon Appetit Club always serves up interesting speakers and events. I just had to learn what they're cooking up for the upcoming year.
Happy New Year, Sherry. In case someone hasn't heard, what is the Bon Appetit Club all about?
Bon Appetit Cooking Club meets on a monthly basis. We usually meet in Pickney Hall. We meet on a Thursday. It varies sometimes. And it meets at 1 o'clock. And we usually always have a lovely program related to food in this area. And sometimes we have little snacks and little treats. Our dues is $10, and it's yearly. And you can pay that on lifestyles under Bon Appetit, under hobbies. If you have a problem with that, just come to one of our meetings and we'll help you out. Bon Appetit Cooking Club is more than just cooking. It's all about food, how to prepare it, what kind of appliances are good for it, what type of cuisines do you like, meeting new people, sharing your talents, sharing your ideas, and it's a fun, wonderful club, I think, personally.
Sherry, I think Bon Appetit is so much more than just the meetings, because you give us all these opportunities with so many special interest groups that we all call SIGs. Can you give us a sampling of what their offerings are?
Yes, we have many different offerings. We have a baking SIG, which I personally belong to and I love it. A brunch SIG, when we go out to brunch. Some of the brunch SIGs will have them in the homes. There's a wine pairing SIG. There's a different cuisines where they have Italian. There's dinner in and dinner out SIGs. There's different, the air fryer, there's a SIG for that. There's a SIG for almost anything anybody wants to do. They just have to take it to our coordinators and they say, I want to start this SIG, and we do.
I think it also lends an air of friendliness to the club because you meet people in the smaller groups and it lends itself to the bigger group and vice versa. So it's wonderful. But I have never seen that many special interest groups listed as I was listing it for this interview. Now, we're all talking about the new year. You always have delicious, I had to go there, delicious ideas for us with either our events and our speakers. So highlight some of what will be happening in 2025 for Bon Appetit.
Well, we do have the Chinese New Year's theme dinner. And if you don't know what a theme dinner is, someone hosts it. There's several people that come there. They make a designated menu and everybody gets together. You meet new friends, spend time with old friends. And it's one of our most popular events that we have. And we do that usually every year.
You brought back the food challenge last year, and that's fun. That was a theme, and everybody contributed some ideas, and everybody tests out all the recipes. Will that be back in 2025?
I don't know that that's on their agenda for programs, not so far this year. Our program chair people are just wonderful. It's Marcia Georgiadis and Carol Curry, and they've done a fabulous job with our programs. This coming program is, if I can remember his name, Chef Diaz, I believe, and he's going to demonstrate the Poseidon tomato pies.
Ooh.
And we're going to raffle off a completed one, and we're going to give everybody a little taste of the tomato pies.
Oh, I guess we should have mentioned that. The meetings always end with the tasty treat.
That's true.
So you have made this such a welcoming club and enjoyable activities for all of us foodies. And I think everybody will enjoy it. Thank you so much for giving us that highlight into 2025 for Bon Appetit. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Barbara Advillis, incoming president of Avant Gardeners, visited our studio to run through their 2025 club calendar with us. Barb, let's remind everyone what the Avant Gardeners Club is all about.
Sure. Thank you so much for asking me to speak about the Avant Gardeners, the Garden Club of Sun City. The purpose of the club is to promote horticultural interest in the art and practice of gardening environment. Now that is really a big mouthful, but I'll break it down a little bit. Our club is quite large and consists of over 500 members, with 170 new members in 2024. Members range from master gardeners, beginners, and even people who just enjoy the beauty of gardening. We accomplish our mission by having monthly meetings which feature a guest speaker addressing the interests and issues of a low country gardener. We also have a social time, a half hour prior to the meeting start. This is great to get to know other gardeners. In addition to the monthly meetings, Avant Gardeners has special interest groups. We call them SIGs. It gives members an ability to focus on a certain topic in more detail. A great SIG for newcomers is Low Country Gardening, which educates members to become successful low country gardeners. The other SIGs are Orchids, Bonsai, Herb, Designing with Flowers, and Container Gardening. A little bit of something for everyone.
That is a lot. Now, as the incoming president for the new year, what are some of your goals?
We will continue to have the spring social event as well as the holiday social. One new area we are looking into having is smaller hands-on workshops which allow more time to develop a new skill and get to know other members better. We are going to survey the members in January, and if there is enough interest, we hope to have 3 workshops. We are having our biennial garden tour. That's every 2 years. Debbie Height and Dolly Hayden are our co-chairs for this. All proceeds for our tour go to the Community Hummingbird Butterfly Garden located at Lake Somerset. There is a significant amount of planning to make this event successful, and the work started last year. There will be multiple Sun City gardens that are maintained by the homeowners. These homeowners are very proud of their gardens and love to share the beauty with the community. One change is that it is now in June 16th. We believe that the gardens will be very lush with the extra couple of weeks. Another stop on the garden tour is the Hummingbird Butterfly Garden. You will see some improvements to the garden, like refurbished walkways with safety in mind and improved plant design. It should be a really great event.
Well, I think it's going to be a great year with everything that you've got planned. Congratulations on your presidency, and thank you for stepping in.
Thank you so much.
Reporter Carol Fox sat down with Michelle Murphy, president of the Solos Club, to get a look ahead at their plans for this new year.
Happy New Year, Michelle. Please tell us about the Solos Club.
Happy New Year, Carol. Solos is an approximately 200-person social club made up of male and female Sun City residents who are single. The club is not intended to be a dating forum, but rather to bring singles together in a safe and fun environment for shared camaraderie and events. The annual cost is $10 per member.
Why and how did you decide to join the club?
After my husband passed several years ago, I was looking to move to a 55 and older community. Reading about the Solos Club was one of the primary reasons I chose Sun City and moved to Bluffton. I wanted a place to meet people and socialize where it wasn't mainly couples. I immediately joined Solos and later became club secretary and as of January, club president. I'm very appreciative of Solos Club and all those who have supported it over the years. It truly is an honor for me to serve in these roles and hopefully to continue to support our members and those interested in the club.
What type of events do you have coming up?
Solos generally has general meetings in Hidden Cypress 4 times a year, with the next occurring at 5 p.m. on January 28th. Also scheduled are activity nights several times a year, with the next scheduled at Riverbend on February 25th. We also have a Memorial Day picnic on May 25th at the Pavilion and an ice cream social on July 22nd at Lake House. Our annual holiday party will be held on December 13th at Riverbend. In addition to these events, we send out a monthly email with all events for that month. For example, on January 16th, I am hosting a meet and greet at my home for new members. We have breakfast scheduled on January 11th and 25th and a dine out at Frankie Bones on January 14th. We're also doing an informal meetup at Burnt Church Distillery on January 30th. In addition to sending out the monthly schedule by email, it's also posted on the Sun City Solos Facebook page. We are always looking for and appreciative of volunteers to help to suggest or plan events and many other things to help the board make Solos a great experience.
Lots of activities.
Yes.
And how do our viewers find out more if they're interested in joining?
So those interested in joining Sun City Solos and to find out information about events should go to the Sun City website or email our membership chair. We want to thank Sun City for supporting our Solos Club in so many ways.
Thank you, Michelle.
Thank you, Carol.
Still much more ahead on Sun City News. Rich Holman is here with entertainment news. Martha Spizzo attended Hardeeville's First Friday meeting, and Doug Wright has sports to report. So come on back.
The January edition of In Our Neighborhood looks back at the holiday parties, sights, and sounds. First is Sanctuary Cove's Jingle and Mingle Party. On December 13th, the Blue Heron Village held their holiday party at the Hidden Cypress Ballroom. Next up is Marsh Cove's Season Greetings. And finally, you have caroling in the Herons Point neighborhood.
Here's Rich Holman with some entertainment news.
Thanks, Georgia. Good day, everyone. Some great things to do coming up. Let's take a look at a few. There are still tickets available for the January 21st and 22nd show of the Boilermakers Jazz Band. The hot sounds of jazz come alive as the Boilermaker Jazz Band, led by Paul Cosentino on clarinet, comes to Magnolia Hall for 2 nights of swingin' jazz. You'll hear classics from the golden age of jazz, as well as rarities and heartfelt vocals. The Boilermakers have brought the party to you for over 25 years with their unique brand of musical Americana and hot jazz revelry. The show begins at 7 p.m. with doors opening at 6. Tickets are just $35, and there is a limit of 4 per household. You can go get those tickets online or at Lifestyle Services. And a reminder, no food or drink is allowed in the auditorium at Magnolia. Tickets for February events are now on sale. Let's take a look at some of the fun events coming up. On February 7th, join Melissa Dent and Helen Redding for a fun afternoon at a nautical wreath-making class. Whether you're a grade at crafts or not, you'll enjoy making this grapevine wreath as Melissa and Helen take you through the step-by-step process. You'll create your own personal wreath using shells, seagulls, or starfish, or bring your own decorations. Stop by Lifestyle Services to order tickets and see one of these gorgeous wreaths on display. Class starts at 2 p.m. at Pinckney Hall. Tickets are $52, and you can get those tickets online or again at Lifestyle Services. On February 14th, be wine, my Valentine. Celebrate the holiday of love with an afternoon of wine and charcuterie tasting in the beautiful surroundings at Riverbend. A nice way to spend the afternoon with someone you love. Tickets are $40 and can be purchased online or at Lifestyle Services. The tasting begins at 4, and there is a capacity of 40 for this event. And on February 17th and 18th at Magnolia Hall, time for a Headbangers Ball. There are still tickets available for Led Zeppelin, the greatest Led Zeppelin tribute band ever. The band Robert Plant called the best cover band of Led Zeppelin. The band has been together since 1989, touring throughout the U.S., Canada, Mexico, and more. Led Zeppelin is considered one of the biggest touring productions of Led Zeppelin tribute bands to date. Tickets are $35 and can be purchased online or at Lifestyle Services. There is a limit of 4 tickets per household. Doors open at 6. Music starts at 7. Looking for something fun on Valentine's Day? How about this? Let me remind you once again, coming to End Market Arena in Savannah on February 14th, celebrate Valentine's Day with the incomparable Andrea Bocelli. If you haven't had the chance to see this great Italian tenor, give yourself a gift and check him out. Bocelli will be taking the stage to perform pieces from his beloved repertoire, along with music and song to celebrate the day. The show starts at 8, so plenty of time to have a romantic dinner before the show. You can order those tickets through Ticketmaster, or you can go to the End Market Arena website for tickets as well. Now, this show might sell out, so get those tickets early if you want to attend. That's it for this week. Get up, get out, and enjoy yourself. Georgia, it's all yours.
Reporter Martha Spizo attended Hardeeville's First Friday meeting, where Josh Gruber, city manager, spoke about important developments we'll see in Hardeeville. She shares this report.
Okay. We're here today and welcoming Josh Gruber, who's the new city manager of Hardeeville. This is a great way to start 2025 because there's some exciting things happening. Tell us a little bit about your background and what you were doing before you were hired for Hardeeville.
Well, thank you so much for this opportunity to be here today. While I'm new to the city of Hardeeville, I'm not new to this area, and so have been here for almost 15 years now in the Low Country. I originally started out working for Berkeley County, just north of Charleston, spent a couple of years there, and then moved down here to Beaufort County and was with Beaufort County for almost 10 years. And then I've spent about the last 6 years on Hilton Head as the deputy town manager. And so now I've crossed over the river and the new city manager in Hardeeville, and am so excited about all the opportunities that we have in front of us.
Well, that's wonderful. The city manager is the backbone of the municipal administration, correct?
It is. You know, I say that I'm a jack of all trades and a master of none of them. So I'm familiar with all the operations that go on, be it finance or police or fire, but I'm certainly not an expert in any of those areas. I rely upon a lot of the professionals that we have at the town or at the city to take care of serving the public. But I'm here to make sure that we deliver an excellent quality of service to the public across all of our different divisions. And so that's what my role is going to be, is to make sure that we are providing that top level service to the public.
Good. That sounds like what a good leader does. Well, there have been several exciting announcements lately about things happening in Hardeeville that are going to really influence the economic and the industrial parts of Hardeeville. Can you tell us what we have to look forward to.
Absolutely. I'm excited about so many of the things that we have coming up. We focused a lot of our time on growing both our commercial base, but also our residential base. So we've got a lot of construction that's going on in all areas of the city right now. We added about 1,500 new single-family homes last year, a number of multifamily homes, and then commercial. We're really excited about the new commercial opportunities that we have coming here. One of which is the new Buc-ee's that's going to be coming to Exit 8. So excited about that opportunity. And the fact that they were in discussions with the city and SCDOT for the last several years means that when DOT goes to widen I-95 and redesign Exit 8, they're doing it with Buc-ee's in mind to know that the traffic impacts that we know are going to come with that are already provided for in the designs that they've come up with.
Well, that's very exciting, and I know we are, as a community, we're excited to have them down the street in our neighborhood.
Doug Wright is here with sports news.
As this year's golf season kicks off, we caught up with our director of golf operations. Charlie Kent spoke to him about the state of the golf program here and what's to come in 2025. Let's take a look. We are here today at the beginning of January 2025 with our wonderful Director of Golf Operations, Charlie Kent. Morning, Charlie.
Morning, Doug.
And let's start off, Charlie, by talking about 2024. If you could just give us an overview of the state of the program.
So we finished the year with just over 110,000 rounds. That's basically the third year in a row we've kind of finished in that area.
Right.
So it's really, we did really great as far as, how many rounds we played. We've had some weather interruptions back, a couple months ago with the storms that came through. And but overall, we're very pleased with the amount of usage we're seeing out on the golf courses.
Well, great. I know that you have been active in sponsoring, I guess you'd call it, trips to Ireland.
Organizing trips, yeah.
Organizing trips to Ireland. And you have some exciting news about another trip.
So we have a trip planned for July to Ireland, and that is full. We had a great response to that, and we'll be taking a group over there the third week in July. With the closure of Okatee, the thought is, having another trip. And so this one I decided to do a little closer to home. So we put together a trip to Pinehurst, and we're doing that in June, and I had a really great response to that. In fact, I had to add a second trip to it because of the large response. And so we have, about 30 folks.
That's great.
Up to Pinehurst.
That's great. Well, I give you kudos, and your staff, of course, do a great job. 2024 was a little rough weather-wise, and yet you maintain the level of play, and we all had fun doing it. And Charlie, thank you so much.
Doug, appreciate you coming out and checking on the golf program.
Well, we'll continue to do that.
To view expanded coverage of sports news, check out Doug's monthly show, Sports Done Right. Well, that's our news this week. Thanks for watching. Catch us on cable and on our YouTube station, where we invite you to hit like and subscribe. To see expanded coverage of some of our SCTV stories, tune into our monthly show Extra. For questions and comments, email us at suncitytvhh@gmail.com. Please check in with us next week for all the news in your neighborhood. For Sun City News, I'm Georgia Lash.